Oh my
Ugh.
god.
Alright, the stream is up.
All right.
All right.
Hello, future. Hey, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
So, welcome back. It's been a while, but last time when we played, you guys had made your way to Yellowcrest Manor to speak with uh, Valis Yellowcrest about the murders of his family and if he knew anything else. He kind of directed you towards some of the investigators involved, being one being a warden, Kara Fereni, and Sir Veckan of the Broken Horn. You guys then decided to make your way to his house or to her place of employment and question her about what she knew because her name kept coming up in the files that you guys had read about the previous murders, as well as Ezra's name. So you made your way there and you introduced yourself, and Cassius promptly wind the situation by pissing her off and then decided to
Objection,
threaten
Your
her.
Honor.
Denied.
Objection overruled. Silence in the court.
And then she told you to get out, and after telling you that she was close, but not terribly close to being finding out who the killer was. In which you guys talked a little bit more and left her uh, the building where you ran into your old friend Cassius. You ran into Pharrell, who promptly tried to tell you to drop it again, and you kept pushing, and finally his henchman decided to attack you. Promptly after being attacked, Mr. Trebecula here decided or thought he had a spell that could get you guys out after a round or two,
I
only to
misread.
find out that it really wasn't a spell to get everyone out. I think it's probably just a spell to get him out. In which case, Marigold was able to get Cassius and herself out, just as uh, the officers of the constabulary arrived on the scene and the henchmen surrendering. So we'll pick up with Marigold and Cassius. You, Marigold, you had just cast Dimension Door. Let's see, and you're hoping to move 500 feet away. Do you want to roll a d4 for me? Is this kind of direction?
A one.
All
Get the
right,
bad
so
rolls
we'll
out of
head.
the way.
Excellent.
So we'll head north. You head up roughly, let's see, in this direction, 500 feet that way. You land in an alleyway. Not really anyone in there except for just a homeless gentleman laying covered in rags, and with your sudden appearance just kind of startles him, and he wakes up. What the hell is going on?
Darling,
What would you like to do?
we were just passing through. No need to bother yourself with us. We're just gonna go back this way. I give him just like a handful of like silver. And we just go
Thank you
about our
very
merry
much.
way.
Uh, okay. And you said you were headed towards the Copper Dragonfly.
Yes.
Easy enough. You guys are able to make your way there without much ado. Nothing really happens on your way there. And you find that the place is still locked up when you get there.
Hmm. Okay.
I just open it up and let me and Cassius in, and close it and lock it back behind us on the way in.
On our way there, can I make a check to kind of keep my peepers out to see if anyone's up to anything? Anyone's kind of following, watching something
Sure. Go
suspicious?
ahead and make a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Ooh.
can I kind of um can I assist him just in that like Marigold is making herself not like a spectacle, but like the closer she gets to the copper dragonfly, the more she's making herself kind of seen.
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll
Nice.
with advantage then.
Nice. You
Kind
guys
of
have a really
like an
good
alibi.
perception.
Okay, with a 13, you don't really notice anyone giving you too much attention. They're just more so kind of glancing and seeing Marigold uh, do her
I was trying
thing.
to keep an eye. I was trying to keep an eye out on who's like watching us, and it just backfires. Now everybody's watching Marigold.
Yep, you don't really see anybody that catches your attention. More so, people just kind of going about their business, and
Hmm.
uh,
Okay.
it's. I'm gonna say it's like probably a Friday evening at this point. So some people are going out for a night out on the town. Others are going in for a quiet night at home. No one's really
Mhm.
minding you too much attention other than passing interest.
All right. All right. I'll rock with that.
All right. So, is there anything you'd like to do while at the Copper Dragonfly?
I think I pour myself and
Mm.
Cassius a drink. Marigold makes herself a little bit of a very quick, like, mocktail, like something really simple. Gets Cassius his favorite drink, and just kind of like quietly mulls the evening over. So, are you going to tell me what happened back there in the square, or are we just going to pretend it never happened and I'll ask you again tomorrow?
Somebody that we should not trust, who I know is afraid, I think, that we're going in the right direction. And I think we need to try and go to the source to get answers, but it'll probably lead to something similar. Maybe we'd have to be sneaky deaky like to get to them, but it'll probably be a fight. And DM, do
Yes.
would I kind of know if Pharrell is working for someone, or if he is the top dog in his, in his world or venue or whatever?
I don't know if I said this, but I'm just going to give it to you. So he is working for someone because seem to remember saying that his employer doesn't like people
Oh,
looking
that's
into.
right.
Yep.
He-
So he
mhm.
is working for someone. Who that someone is, you don't know.
Okay, that's right. That's what I wanted to figure out. So, okay, I think we need to figure out who it is that he works for. I don't know if our new friend would have the contacts in order to ask around. I don't think my contacts exist anymore, and I don't know what connections you do or do not have. Um,
Well, if we're trying to go straight to the source, are we not trying to go after Ezra? It was Ezra, right? Ezra was the guy we suspected? The guy with the limp?
yeah, it's someone we suspect, or I don't know why I said that in my voice. Or yes, he is somebody we suspect, but we don't know if he is the guy. But the more we go towards him, I guess it'll reveal itself. I was knocked in the head a few times, and I've had a bit to drink throughout the day. And you see that his glass is empty, and just next to it is just his flask, and he's already opened it. Um, so I think we wait for our new friend. I don't know how you're feeling. We could go now while the guard may be more keen to keeping an eye out, or we could rest up and tomorrow look for Ezra.
No, I think it would be prudent to wait for Mr. Trebecula and then take a little bit of a rest for the evening. Because you said it was pretty late, right?
Yeah, it's early evening, like 8, 9 o'clock. But uh, you've had a long day. It started pretty early.
Yeah, I think we should rest up a little bit and then in the morning we can figure out what our best option would be to get to Ezra. And I think our little friend uh, may have an idea on that considering he knows him the best.
Possibly. And can I say that Cassius gets kind of like a what would be the word? Like he's thinking of something as he thinks, because we're gonna get some rest, this and that. He thinks about going home, and he starts getting an inquisitive look in his on his face, like he's really trying hard to remember something. And this is kind of a thing. But thinking back to the apparition I saw, me just going with marigolds, like, it's probably Sapphire. Like, all right, cool. Can I think back to the apparition from this morning itself, and then just kind of like really just essentially like double check my own memory to make sure that it was Sapphire?
Sure, you can uh, roll an intelligence check if you'd like.
Oh, nice. My intelligence,
Disadvantage
you
because
guys,
you've
is
been drinking.
actually pretty. My intelligence is pretty good. That's an 18. What did I tell you?
Uh, it wasn't a very high DC, so
I just aced it.
uh, it definitely that ghost that you saw this morning definitely wasn't Sapphire. It was it really wasn't formless, or like it didn't have a form per se, but you did get a kind of a feeling that it was familiar.
Familiar. Were there what physical traits? Would there be physical traits, or was it more of a feeling of familiarity?
It was a feeling of familiarity, and I would say the most you could have gotten out of the shape of this ghost was that it was a woman.
Um. Okay, then yeah, Cassius has the sniffles, but Cassius just kind of thinks and goes, "Señorita Marigold, the apparition this morning that I saw, it was not Sapphire. I just started thinking about because thinking about going home, getting to my bed, maybe. And I think I need to hire somebody to come clean or take. Anyways, it was now it was familiar, and I was familiar enough with Sapphire, but it wasn't her. It wasn't an apparition of her, I should say. And for the life of me, I do not believe it to just be the visions of my drunk self or induced by the alcohol. I think I'm gonna have to investigate a little bit in my apartment, but I don't know. It was strange.
Uh, her expression softens a little bit and she pours him another drink. Are you thinking it might have been your lady wife?
In that moment, Cassius's face
I
like drops a little bit more, and he just goes, "Well, I didn't." He just takes the entire drink in one gulp, and he says, "Maybe I can." Sure. Do you know anybody who knows how to do like a seance? Are those real? I feel like they're not. I mean, I didn't think ghosts were real, and then these happen. So like maybe a seance is real. I feel like you would know. You give me the vibes of somebody who would know. You know anybody like that?
uh, DM.
Yes.
Okay. I assume, given Marigold's many connections with people in the city, uh, I assume she would probably know somebody who is either a cleric or knows somebody who works with like the clergy who would have this particular skill set.
You would. It's maybe one or two people in uh, the trying to think of the name of the god. But yeah, there is one or two who is associated with one of the gods that you would know is able to do that, but unfortunately, they are out of town at the moment.
Well, they're not quite called seances, but yes, there are people who can do such things, and I am acquainted with someone who can do such things. However, we are plumb out of luck, Mr. Cassius, because they are not in town at the moment.
Ah,
But we can always head over to your apartment when Mr. Trebecula gets here, take a little look around, see if there's anything going on magically with your place.
Cassius kind of ponders for a little bit and says, "Okay, let me go there, clean up really quick. It's a little messy, nothing too crazy, but it's a little
Cassius,
messy.
I am not worried about seeing your underwear on the floor.
Okay, I know I don't always necessarily iron my clothes. I don't have underwear on the floor, and I barely even wear any, so there wouldn't be any.
Okay, well, that much I did not need to know.
It's warm here, okay?" And he just like kind of takes a seat and like I think this is enough for he's clearly trying to keep the charade up, but like his look is not of somebody who's currently here.
Yeah, I think at that point, when Marigold notices he's kind of like spacing out a little bit, she just makes herself busy as they wait for Wilhelm.
While you guys are doing that, Mr. Trebecula,
I'm not dead, am I?
you you are not. The
All right.
the constabulary has and the officers. I didn't think to make more tokens here, but the constabulary has come with some
Some employees.
officers, and they had because of they heard the ruckus going on, and you see approaching you uh, the warden Kara Fereni and Ezra Cooper. They,
Oh, hey, it's the
Ezra,
person we're looking.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said it's the person we're looking for, Ezra. Oh, what do you
Do you
know?
say, do you say that out loud?
Oh no.
Who said that?
So you must really want to die.
Ezra will say to the other
Like, oh,
officers around, start booking them, and we'll start working on getting statements from them. Uh, what are you doing here, Mr. Trebecula?
oh, I'm so glad you came. These ruffians, I warned them multiple times not to um deal with a man of the law aggressively, but they wouldn't listen. Um, however, what I'm doing here, I was traveling with my two compatriots, looking for evidence in the case I'd been assigned to, but there was some dialogue between one of my compatriots, and that dialogue turned into us being attacked, and well, here we are. The two took off for whoever earlier, and I was about to follow suit before you all made your way here.
You see Kara, she kind of looks at you a little bit suspiciously, and Ezra will say, "Your friends were here? Uh, Where'd they go?"
Uh,
Are they with us in the room right now?
that is actually a good question. They kind of did this magic thing, and I'm not quite sure. I have a hunch, but I'll have to check myself. Yes, this guy. He'll point to that one dude who kept trying to attack us but missed every hit. I've told him multiple times not to hit me, and no matter how many times he tried, I did dodge it.
You'll you'll see because he's still in earshot of you. He's like, "You want to fucking say that again, punk?"
Hey, touch me again, it's another charge. You're breaking the law one more time, one after the other. Very bad for you.
At this point, he'll shake off the two guards that are trying to get him over to uh, a paddy wagon, and he'll come running at you.
Oh, someone's eager for another charge to his criminal record.
and and you see Ezra run up quick and end up tripping him right before he gets to you,
Yeah,
and
Trebekula
he
doesn't
falls.
move. He's just watching.
Uh, at this point, the other two guards come up and they get him in cuffs, and they start leading him away.
At that, Trebekula nods his head in the show of disappointment. Kids these days.
You just kind of hear him say as he's being led away, uh, "Go ahead and roll a perception for me."
My passive is higher.
Excuse me. You just hear him kind of mutter something under his breath as he's being led away. Ezra
How
will
rude.
say, "You didn't really need to egg him on there, son.
Well, I don't like him.
It happens." Do you have any updates for me on the case?
Well, as far as we bright, mostly dead ends. Um, Like we have some vague ideas, but I wouldn't really suggest it until we actually look into it further.
Is there anything that I can be of assistance with?
And who's talking currently?
Ezra.
Ezra. Hmm. Mr. Trebekula thinks for a moment. Okay, so out of character. Why is Ezra our suspect? I totally don't remember why. Other than he has a limp.
Because he was named on one of the files, I believe, as part of like one of the investigators, and
Mm-hmm.
we
Okay.
narrowed it down away from the other people that were there because we either questioned them or they were dead, I think, or missing.
Uh huh.
And the person that killed Varys's wife was confirmed to have an injury to their leg, and Ezra
Mm-hmm.
has the same, theoretically has the same injury.
Similar injury,
Um,
same injury. It's the same.
and
It's the same. It's him.
can Mr. Trebekula discern which leg is injured on Ezra?
It's easy enough. It's his left leg.
Okay. All right.
Left.
Uh, Mr. Trebekula will ask in a casual way. So,
Oh no.
well, in my investigations, it was looking at some previous uh cases that were uh, relevant to the one I'm looking to solve. And I've noticed that you've worked on similar cases before. Do you have any pointers you can share with me? Maybe little tips, something you learned?
I know it's most of the time it's someone you've probably already met, but
I see.
uh, who do you uh, who are you leaning towards? Do you have anybody in particular?
Ba, ba, ba. Mm, no one in particular. It's nothing's really solid. It's just we have this vague cloud of an idea that we haven't really focused down on yet.
You'll see him kind of eye you a little bit suspiciously
Inside check.
and go right ahead.
Is he trying to hide something? Where's my insight button? There it is. Dang it. Damn it.
Uh, you just kind of get that he's looking at you like he normally does when you bring up something that he finds a little odd.
Which is most things.
Yes. But other than that, no. He's just can't read anything off of him other than he's just kind of like, did you just really say what you just said? Uh, but he'll say,
Make like a shrugs at that look. It's like, oh.
he'll say, um, I did see that you had signed all those cases out. Did you find anything that we? And he'll nod towards Kara over there and say, "Did you find anything that we didn't find in those files?"
Uh, uh, yeah, um, let me try and remember here.
Um, check my notes too.
Yeah, somebody, let's go through the memories called notes and see what.
Well, that's if I check those notes because I like to
Yeah,
play like I like to put my characters on what I would know, so I won't write down other people's
yeah.
things happening if I'm not present, just because I feel like that's fun. It's like I don't know.
Beep, 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 beep.
Sorry. I'm also dealing with the runny nose. Uh, the only thing I'm really remembering is the fact that was it Yellowcrest's files were like um missing, I believe, or was it?
There was files missing from most of the. There's like
Yeah, it was
a cup,
the
like a document or two, but
first.
from most of the files that
Yeah,
were that you
all
guys
but I
have.
think like the most recent had some stuff missing, or they all did.
The most recent didn't have too many files in it because it is a murder that's
Yeah,
less than 24 hours old.
yeah. Ezra was a medical officer for the first couple ones too.
Hmm.
Then Veckin stopped investigating after the fourth murder. Can't say I have anything else for you, man.
Okay. Um, Super Rebecca will say, well, regrettably, no, we haven't really come across any new evidence. So far, it kind of feels like I'm walking in circles, but I will keep trying. That's for sure.
Okay, well, just keep me informed here.
And
You have yourself a wonderful evening if you don't have anything else for me.
thinking. Okay, yeah, no. Will do. When he does a little nod with the tip of his hat.
You'll see he'll nod back to you, and him and uh, Kara will walk off.
Ah,
Uh, what would you like to do?
so, um, probably nothing, but the fellas that died from the fight earlier, um, was anything left behind? Like, did they drop stuff or something they dropped when flying?
Uh,
Fireball.
you can make an investigation check if you'd like.
Yeah. Anything left over from that? Oh. Ooh, boy.
Uh,
Dang.
you don't really find anything on left on the ground, but there is still that one body that because I believe you killed one of the guys in the fight last time, and searching him over, you find he has a pistol with some rounds in it, and you find instructions to on a note that uh, in his breast pocket. You
Yeah.
take
Yeah, I would take
uh,
both.
so you see on the note it says protect Pharrell at all costs and make sure that you bring them to me tomorrow evening.
Is it signed or
That's
stamped
on.
or?
No, it's just in a handwriting. Just that, and that's all that the note says.
Hmm. But nothing else on the dude.
Not anything important. I mean, you find like a couple of gold pieces, and uh, you find a pocket watch with a picture of his girlfriend.
Now I feel bad. Um, How much gold is it?
Like 3 or 4 gold.
All
Nothing
right.
much at the moment.
Does he recognize the person in the pocket watch at all?
Nope.
Nope. There's no name or identifier.
Nope.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll leave it on. But he will take the. How many bullets would you say is there?
Let's say he has 3 or 4 in the gun at the moment because I believe it's a pistol that I had on him, and like maybe 5 or 6 more in his pocket, like in a little case.
Okay. Yeah, I'll grab me the gun and the bullets and the note and make my way to. I think it was the dragonfly.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's easy enough. You make your way over there. Not maybe takes you about 15, 20 minutes, but yeah, you make it without incident.
Okay, so he comes in. The restaurant, the doors are open, right?
They are locked currently.
Oh. He'll on his tippy toes try to peek through the window and see if anyone's in there.
Where is Marigold at this point?
I think Marigold would still be hanging out, kind of like in the parlor area. It's a very open area. I think she's just kind of making herself busy, leaving Cassius be, uh, watering the plants, feeding the fish.
Um, is she within sight of the front door, windows, etc.?
I would imagine so. I don't imagine she'd be like looking at the windows, but I think
Yeah.
she would be milling around. She's not trying to hide.
Um, would Rebecca catch sight of her, Mr. DM?
She would. It would probably take a couple of minutes because
No,
you're.
I mean, would
She.
Rebecca see her?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
She's
he's
kind
gonna
of
like
hard to
knock on the
miss.
window. Yeah, he'll be like tapping on the window, like peeking over. He's like waving. He's like, eh.
I think Cassius at this point, like Cassius is a very light sleeper, so I think he's like kind of just falling asleep. At this point, he hears the knocking and immediately like gets up, but very quietly and just pulls out his blade.
Like a little light tap, a little light rapping on the window. It's not like a hard knock or nothing. Like, hello, hello, over here.
I
Puts the
just
blade
kind
up.
of like nod to Cassius. Like, well, do
Just
your
put the
job.
blade up and kind of, kind of go over, unlock unlock the door, open it up, and just kind of give him a. I don't know if that came through, but like a whistle.
What's the password?
Who said that?
Yeah, it's easy. You can do that.
As I bring him in, I just go, "What do you followed?"
Um, Dracula does a quick look around.
Usually, you do that before you get here. Come on.
uh, um, uh,
You can certainly roll if you would like.
yeah. Oh boy. Wait, I'm a hobbit. I can reroll that.
Jesus.
Yeah, better.
You weren't followed. To the best of your knowledge, you didn't see anybody.
Okay. No, that's my knowledge. No.
Oh, well, I guess we'll. Oh, I mean,
He'll his little hobbit feet steps into the uh that's a call again, firefly. Yeah.
Would you like a drink?
Sure.
I pour
Give a
him a
bit of
glass of milk.
Still, I'm a grown man.
Two silver.
You are still on the case, Mr. Trapecula. You should not be drinking.
Oh, dang it. Wait a minute.
It's just milk.
It is. It's just a glass of milk.
He'll grab the glass of milk. It'll warm up and turn to chocolate. He'll drink using prestidigitation. A hot chocolate. Mm. Oh, and he'll put the note he found on the table between them all and just kind of slide it over to Penny and Cassia.
So, two things
Read
that
it.
Miss
Read the note.
Penny and no, Penny
Whoa.
doesn't exist here.
Crossing
Two
the streams
things that
here.
two things two things that Senorita Marigold and I spoke of. The first is that this morning the apparition that I saw, I assumed it was Sapphire, and maybe I was still a bit hungover, but I was doing some more thinking. It was familiar, and there's a chance it was someone else. So we
Mm.
want to possibly investigate that. And the second thing is knowing that we need to find Ezra.
Oh, I just spoke with him.
What?
Oh yeah, right after you guys left, he appeared on the scene and helped me out, and he asked me some questions, I asked him some questions, and then we went our separate ways.
I mean, don't you find that a little
Ezra.
suspicious?
And
Now
you
that you
didn't
mention it, yeah.
question. I think at this point, Cassius just goes and lays a couple gold on the table and just grabs a bottle of gin. Uh,
Um, oh, one of the fellows that attacked us had this note. If you want to look at it.
mm.
Ooh, and he had this cool new spell, and he'll whip out this pistol. It's called the gun. I cast a bullet.
Ah,
Pow, pow.
I have a feeling. I have a
Roll it.
feeling
Roll a d20.
you're for sure holding it with your finger on the trigger, and immediately because it's like, whoa, okay, whoa, hey, don't, okay, be very, very careful with that.
Roll a d20,
Please,
Mr. Trebecula.
6.
he's very, very dangerous.
You see the hammer goes back on the pistol and slams forward, and nothing happens. It was
Oh, that was close.
Mm, okay.
Almost accidentally shot Cassius in the gut. Oops. Let me just put this away.
So he shot it and it just misfired or didn't go off for whatever
An
reason.
empty
It didn't shoot
chamber.
a bullet. Oh,
Empty
okay.
chamber. Yeah, from bullets.
Well, I was gonna say, like, was it like I don't know? This is a flintlock and it's like a misfire, or there's just nothing inside.
I'm imagining it's like a 6-gun, Western revolver thing.
A revolver?
Mm.
What is it?
We're
So
just
it's a
clicks.
revolver. Okay,
yeah.
it's one of
It's
those.
a
It's one of those little firework guns that you can buy at the store. That just the popper guns.
nope. We handed a pistol to the
Yeah,
to the chaotic
I just
wizard.
I just go. Okay, just be very careful with that.
I should probably put more bullets in it.
I
If you don't put that thing away in my establishment right now, you
Oh,
will get the
sorry.
boot out on the front step.
He'll like in a as one who is scolded, he will put away the gun.
I am the boot, and I just take a swig from the bottle.
So Yeah, stuff happens. What do you think this stranger is from the note?
What did the what was on the note again? Can you read that to me again? DM
Protect
send.
Arel. Bring them to me.
Protect Pharrell.
Yep.
Yeah, protect Pharrell at all costs, and bring them to me tomorrow night.
Have I encountered anybody named Pharrell? Does that name strike a bell at all with
That
Marigold?
was that was
That
my
was
friend.
a
That's my
guy who
friend, the guy
ran
that
away at
we
the
talked
beginning
to.
of the fight.
The dude
Yeah,
who's in
Oh,
charge
oh,
of
right,
the
right, right, right. Okay, okay, okay.
yeah, my
the
best
dude
friend, Pharrell, legendary
coward
producer.
in fled battle.
Pharrell happens to have a really big thing for hats, wide brim hats. I don't think any of you know who I'm talking about.
No,
Oh, you might know.
you're talking
The
about.
Pharrell.
You're talking about like Pharrell, like the singer Pharrell.
Yeah, the Arby's hat.
Oh,
I always call it the Arby's hat. See? It's Pharrell. He has the hat.
Well, I don't know why
You-
your friend is caught up in all of this, but
We
obviously the people
we
who are
okay.
working for
Friend
him
is a
are
strong
not very nice
word.
people.
He's working for somebody. Friend is a strong word. We went very different paths.
Okay,
In
but
our
you
youth.
called him your friend, so I used the right word.
Okay, so like he calls me friend, and I'll say it kind of like a ahaha friend, but like not really. He turned to a life of crime. I didn't. So we know that he has to bring us to somebody. We don't know who that somebody is. We want to investigate. The suspicious look I get from I look over, you're just giving me the Rock's eyebrow, just
yeah.
done
Hmm.
with the sound effect too. Uh, so should we all bunk up? Maybe Trebekula, you and I could just sleep on one of the benches and stay together to not be separated tonight, or
Don't
maybe we.
don't be ridiculous. There are plenty of rooms in this place.
Well, if he's worried for his own safety, it kind of makes sense. Then again, I could put someone to guard for us or to watch.
Uh, honestly, I don't think I very much trust the local enforcers.
Oh no, not the local forces. And then Trebekula will wave his hand and cast Find Familiar, and a police dog in like familiar kind of ghosty form shows up. He would watch for us. Barky.
Barky.
So it's like a really big dog, or is there also just a smaller dog?
It's a normal dog.
Well,
Well, that
I could have made him a
also,
fish. Or maybe a snake? Ooh, a snake would work good. Or
I
a
think
rat.
a dog works better. We can actually be alerted.
well, I
Yes.
for one will be staying in my own room tonight,
A horse
and
would
the
work.
two of you are more than welcome to take any of the rooms down the hall. And your Barky here can alert us if anybody tries to break in.
He'll look to his dog Barky. He's like, "You got that?" And the Barky like nods. Like, okay, we're good.
Now, Cassius, did you want to go over to your place tomorrow or tonight before we all bunk down and try to get some rest?
Let me check what I have available.
Speaking
You know
of,
what?
go ahead.
Yes. Oh, I was going to say, I think, I think if I go alone and attempt to see if I can reach out to this spirit, it may work better. There wouldn't be any strangers there, so I can don't leave too far. I can run over, see what I can do, and then come back.
If you're sure that's the safest course of action, considering
Well,
we may be next on whoever this is' list.
Question: are you sure it wasn't an
yes.
illusion? Because people can do that.
People can do illusions, but I don't think illusions start in dreams. Keep going in real life.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know too much about magic, but he's always a possibility, though. It wouldn't make sense that illusion happening and then nothing coming of it. But for safety's sake, I mean, if you two want to, it's also kind of just wanting to allow you to get rest. If the two of you would like to come, I can step into my home alone and see what happens. Or you two can just go ahead and start sleeping for the night, and I'll be back in a short bit.
How about this, Cassius? We'll give you 20 minutes. If you're not back in
Sure,
20 minutes, we'll come and find you.
And find you we
sure,
will,
that works.
as long as you're
I'll
within
be
1,000
back.
feet. Yes.
Okay. I don't think I'm that close, but yeah, not too far off. Sure. I'll be back shortly then. And Cass is gonna start jogging home to try to get there quick enough.
Okay.
I'll make a little
Uh,
bit of an addendum. I'll give him half an hour.
uh,
He gets back. I couldn't. I had to turn around. No. He's in shape. He'd be able to get there, run over there.
okay. Uh, Karn, roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Uh, while he's doing that, Cassius, you make your way to your house. That's not very far. It's maybe a minute or so from the Copper Dragon.
Hmm.
And you go ahead and unlock your door and enter your apartment here. What exactly are you looking to do?
I think I just kind of. I think I just kind of look around, kind of see the messy state it's in, mostly of just a lot of bottles. Not really much. I don't really have that much clothes. The kitchen hasn't been used in who knows how long. Uh, I think he just kind of walks in, clears a little bit of space, and kind of takes. He kind of kneels down, just kind of takes in a deep breath. Um, I'm going to want to first activate. Technically, this would be my last charge until I get a full rest or long rest. Sorry. I want to technically. Oh, where did it go? My features are all messed up here. Um, Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Jesus. Hold on. I can't read. No, 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 no. Aha. As to activate my action to detect any celestial, fiend, or undead, and any consecrated or desecrated place or object within 60 feet.
Give me 1 second. Just want to read something here.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead and do so, and you find that there's no real celestial undead or fiend anywhere near you, but you do kind of get a ping off of the necklace that your wife wore, which is on the mantle of the fireplace. And you've done this before, and it pings, but it doesn't ping like it is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that. Wait, the necklace that I wear? Or.
No, that your wife wore. You kept it as like a keepsake.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, yeah. That one would be one that I wear for sure.
Okay.
Oh. All right, yeah. Is it popping up as consecrated or desecrated?
Consecrated.
Uh, Cassius will close his eyes, kind of pull it out from under his shirt, holds it, and I think he whispers to himself in his native language, as like as backwards as it is, and as much as it might, maybe not go super hot, in his native tongue of infernal, being a tiefling, and he kind of whispers to himself. He like holds on to it, softly just says to himself, "What do you want me to know? What do you want me to see?"
As you do that, you you're kind of your memories fled through your brain. You see the day's events playing out uh, in front of you. You see uh, you working for Marigold at the Copper Dragon. You see uh, the years that you spent living alone by yourself after your wife's death. You see your wife. Excuse me. You see your wife again, uh, and you're at a picnic, and you see her, and she's just sitting there smiling at you. Uh, you see her lips moving as if she's talking to you, but you really can't pick up any of the words or much of anything. And then suddenly you're taken back to uh, that night, that horrible night. You had just gotten home from work that day, and you are walking in the house, and it's unusually quiet. Normally, your wife is busy humming or singing a tune when you get home, and it's not. She's not singing or humming, and you go looking through the house. She's not there, which is unusual. And there's a knock at the door. You go to answer the door, and you see that It's a constabulary officer, and he asks you to come with him. Do you go?
Since at this time I would have been on the force as well, is this consular officer, one that I would know?
No, you guys work different shifts, and you don't necessarily work the same uh, routes that he would. You would have probably
Okay.
seen him in passing, but you don't know him.
Then yeah, I would go with them. I would kind of quickly grab my jacket, notifying, that I was part of the consular force as well. Just really quick, put it on, take my blade with me, and go with them.
He leads you. It's about to a carriage, and it's about a 5 minute ride from where you are, uh, down a street, and it's closed off uh, with police uh, tape. And you exit the carriage there and make your way to the tape, and you see people looking at you with like knowing looks and awful looks, like they know something that you don't know. That's just really awful. You can feel a sense of dread uh, in the pit of your stomach, and you can see lying on the sidewalk a body covered up.
Yeah, at this point, there's a sense of dread for Cassius, but it doesn't even occur to him that this might be his wife. He's thinking it might be one of his friends. Could be somebody on the force he knows, somebody he's close to. There's a lot of officers here, so is it somebody we all know? I know there's been a history of these of pretty bad killings, so is this another one? And he kind of approaches whoever the seems to be the head detective is here to, because he's going through his mind. Who was it? Was it some of the people I was patrolling with, working with? Why did they come grab me? And he goes to the whoever's leading the detective that's leading the investigation right now to kind of see what's up.
It's Ezra and Kara that they're newer on the force, and you've uh, only met them a handful of times. But you
Yeah.
go over to them, and they kind of give you grave looks and just say, "You you might want to go and look, but we understand if you don't."
What do you mean? And
Uh,
he like starts to approach it like confused now.
as as you make your way over to the body, everyone's just kind of backed away to a respectful distance.
He's picking up on this and it's just odd and he's just kind of, I think once he starts getting closer it starts to kind of click and he just kind of kneels down, kind of stops breathing, not necessarily like takes a deep breath, but just kind of stops breathing and like gently and slowly kind of pulls back the cloth or whatever's being used to cover the body.
And as you do, you see your wife.
I think at this point, kind of, is this me just viewing the same day through my memory, or do I feel like I have control here?
You feel like you have control. I mean, you've had this dream many times, but
Yeah, I was about to say,
something about this is different
yeah, like
than
this
the
isn't
dreams
this
that
like
you're normal.
it hasn't been easier seeing this, but I have seen it enough to where I think there's still instant tears in his eye, but at this point, Cassius would remove instead of what he did before is he dropped kind of the tarp back over and just kind of fell apart. I think in this one there are tears, but he is able to successfully hold it together, and he removes the entire uh, cloth or tarp being used to cover the body, and he wants to kind of take a look around.
Go ahead.
Maybe, yeah.
You can make an
Let's
investigation roll if
see.
you'd like.
Could I interest you in possibly inciting the people here?
Sure.
That's a what number is that? Oh, that's not bad. A 16.
16. Um, they're like I said, they'd moved to a respectable distance, but they're all just as you remember them on the night that it actually happened. They're just going about looking at their notes, interviewing people, and and they're not really like you can't really hear anything from them. There, I mean, and then the glances you
Yeah,
do get are ones of like deep sorrow and uh, of sympathy.
and can I go back to checking out my wife's body and seeing if there's something that I can now see now that I have it together?
Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation.
All right. Huh? Ooh, that is 18 on a die for 17.
So what you find is what you've seen before, but it lines up with more of what you know about the murders that you read about in the files today, and the murder that was committed over or in the past night. Stabbed multiple times, tongue cut out. It looks like your wife did put up a fight, and she does have in her hand a uh, piece of a very fine silk shirt that she tore off of her attacker.
Does this silk shirt? I mean, does this is this piece giving off anything familiar, or is it just one of those like this could be one of thousands of nice silk shirts?
It's, I mean, it's not a very uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not
Uncommon, maybe.
it's not common, but it's also not uncommon. You would know it would.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
In the right circles, it's prevalent
yeah,
enough.
yeah. Like the more affluent people of the city would be more
Uh-huh.
likely to wear something like that versus the people who uh, don't or who aren't as well off as those people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You would also notice that there are some bloody footprints leading away,
Mm-hmm.
but there is no limp to them if that's where you were thinking you were going to go, was looking at those footprints.
Yeah, they're regular footprints. Can I follow them?
You can if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of follow them and take notes, see, like walking beside them to see if they're going to be larger than my footprints, maybe smaller, about the same size, see if I can determine, give or take, the size of this person, you know?
Sure, it's the footprints only go for a little while before they start really fading, and you maybe go half a city block before they're gone, but they look Like at best, you could tell that there was purpose behind them. There, it looks like they were uh, trying to get out of there as fast as they could.
Are the foot, or by any chance, are they going to be larger footsteps or maybe smaller
They're about
creature?
your. You would assume that they are about the size that you are.
No, Cassius isn't the tallest guy. He's about five. This is like 5'8", five. He's like 5'9". Is Pharrell about my size, or would he be taller than me?
He's slightly taller than you. Not by much, but just slightly taller than you are.
And does he wear a lot of silk shirts?
Mm, he does not.
Okay. Hmm. I think Cassius would head back to the body, seeing that the footprints didn't have silk shirt. Footprints didn't have a limp to them. Couldn't follow them directly somewhere else. I think Cassius would then cover up the body again.
You go to cover up the body, and it's not there.
Hmm. It's not supposed to happen. Ah.
You start looking
I think.
around to see if they have moved the body, and the people are doing
Mm-hmm.
exactly what they should be doing. If you're remembering the events correctly,
Yeah.
uh, which is weird because if the body's missing, there should have been someone there to have picked it up. And you start looking around, and you turn around, and there before you is your wife, just as you remember her that morning. And she says to you, "Beloved,
I think Cassius just goes to her to embrace her without even like thinking this is suspicious or anything. I think he just goes for a hug.
she will hug you right back."
His mind is racing like a mile a minute, just kind of looking at her than where the body is supposed to be, and just kind of asking like, what, oh, what happened? You would just, what is this?
You
I
asked
think this,
for
yeah,
you asked me to
more
show
tears
you
are pouring.
something. You asked me to show you something, and this is what I can show you. And she'll say, I did not get a good look at the face of my attacker, but I do know it was a man. And he seemed very well off, but that's all I can tell you.
What size is Yellow Crest?
He's about your height.
I think at that point, Cassius just kind of stops the thing. He says, Yellow Crest?
I don't know, beloved, but our time
Okay.
is quickly coming to an end.
What? No, but
I I
if you're a ghost. you can just. I mean, it wouldn't be. That's how it works. No. What do
This
you? What
this
do
was
you
a this is
mean?
a small gift. You need to let me go. You gave me a wonderful life.
But
I am okay. You need to move on.
and I think as maybe he fades or he feels himself kind of coming back from the memory, it's him essentially just like begging for more time.
She'll say to you, before the last thing you hear her say is she says, "Clean up your apartment. It looks like shit. I love you." And then you feel yourself
Clean up your room.
just standing back in your apartment with tears streaming down your eyes.
Yeah, I think at this point, I would say that all of that probably took more than 20 minutes, if that's fair.
It took, yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know if Marigold, Marigold and Cornelius are like just knocked
it,
out at this point.
they have, they are not there yet.
I think at this point, the next couple minutes is gonna be almost like the mad ramblings of man just calling out for like saying like wait, like essentially kind of doing the same thing of like begging for more time, and depending what time they may show up, it goes from the ramblings of a man like asking for more time, this or that, to someone very angrily like bottles and things just breaking.
Do Marigold and Trebecula come over to uh, Cassius's house?
uh, Marigold gives him exactly the amount of time that she said she was going to, and immediately starts heading towards Cassius's place. Whether or not Trebecula is coming with her is up to him.
Neil
She is
follows,
going.
but at a more casual pace. He'll have like a little ghostly leash on his familiar dog, like he's walking his dog, and just like follow along.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
you
think
guys
you guys
make your
could
way
hear that
over
then.
there, and you hear glass shattering against walls. You hear him yelling out,
Rebecca will
and
get there in like a few minutes later, because he's just doing a chill walk.
If Marigold hears all of that happening, she immediately uh, tries to kick open the door.
did you lock the door behind you, Cassius?
Yeah, Cassius would have locked it, and if he hears the kick, I think everything would kind of go quiet in the apartment.
FBI, open up.
Uh, like everything goes quiet. You hear the door unlocking, and Cassius just kind of walks out. Uh, Probably cut up his hands a little bit with some glass, so a little bit of blood pouring down. He's like sweating, just breathing really hard. And he just kind of closes the door, locks it behind him, and says, "We're visiting your friend, Yellowcrest."
Varys. You think Varys was the one who killed his own wife?
I don't know, but a rich man about my size killed my wife. I only know one of those so far.
Okay. Let's go back to the Copper Dragonfly and get some rest. And
Idea. Where
before
does
we
everybody?
before we go, uh, Marigold just kind of like takes Cassius's hands, and I'm just gonna do a little cure wounds on him to try to speed up the the healing on his hands.
He just kind of gives you a nod and just quietly just thank you.
Meanwhile, Dracula's outside with his dog sniffing around, wondering where everybody go.
Turn around,
He's by a
Specula.
little
We're going back.
he's by a little bush.
I have small legs. It takes a while.
Better learn to
So
keep up, or we'll solve this without you.
He gets on his dog like a horse. He goes faster.
the dog has gone from a Chihuahua to Jack Russell to now a Mastiff.
Yeah. It's when it first summoned, it starts off really small. It just gets bigger as the spell goes on.
Every time you look at it, it's a different dog breed. Like, what?
Yeah.
With that, I'll lead everybody kind of back to the Copper Dragonfly and get everybody rooms and settled in for the night.
And you all drift off to sleep unless there's anything else you want to do.
No, there wouldn't be anything else.
What immediately comes to mind, or at least for me, it's like, okay, I want to play with the gun now. But I'm like, you know what? Probably not.
You
Accidentally
have
shoot
been
out,
warned.
shoot a window,
Yeah, yeah, probably
shoot a
not in
gun.
the,
Oh no, no, it wasn't me.
not in
Marigold
the, yeah, not
Marigold
Marigold
does
this
not
episode.
strike anyone as the type of person to have to repeat herself.
Yeah, yeah. So he'll put away that thought and his weapon and go to sleep with his
Smart
now
man.
mastiff watching watching out for him.
And you all get a long night's rest or a long rest after the evening passes without incident. Some a little bit more unrestful than others, but still a decent night's sleep. And the morning is yours. What would you like to do?
I get up, I get everybody a little bit of breakfast. I imagine my employees are kind of milling about by that point, getting ready for the day. So I have, the cooks make up a little bit of food for the three of us. And we all sit down at a nice table with a nice breakfast spread. It's nothing super fancy, but it's like, obviously heartfelt type of food. Like it's good soul food.
At this point, Cassius looks tired, but he looks impatient. He's not really. He's only drinking maybe some coffee. He's not really touching any of the food, and he's just kind of just not. Again, he's just not there. Just a little bit fidgety and impatient. Just kind of holding some coffee.
Cassius,
Maybe fidgeting with his blade a little bit.
you can't just not eat, honey. You need to eat something. You have to have some strength, something in you to keep your strength up. Especially if we're going to be talking to Varys again today.
I'll I'll be fine. Food doesn't
Cassius,
do food doesn't do for me what it may do for you.
just eat the damn pancakes, Cassius.
It's your pancakes.
You eat for sustenance. I eat for fun. And he just like kind of takes a bite out of a pancake, but doesn't really finish it. He says, "I don't mean to be rude, but I don't mean I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude."
I Marigold reaches behind the counter and just leans back in her chair and just kind of like reaches back there and pulls out some kind of like sweet like syrup liqueur or something and just like drizzles it over his pancakes and then puts it back on the counter. There, now it's dual purpose.
I could make it enhanced if you wish. Dracula wiggles his fingers around.
I think Cassius has like a very serious look on his face. He says, he like kind of looks in his coat pocket, kind of pulls out his flasks, and he says, and this would be very much the first time you'd see this Marigold, but he just kind of goes, I think maybe I should skip out this morning.
Trebekula just looks to Marigold because he wasn't there for what happened the night before, so he's like, okay, what happened yesterday? He's giving Marigold that kind of a look. It's like, huh?
Uh, she kind of like gives Cassius a knowing look. Mm, must have really done a number on you. But again, take a couple more bites and then we'll get on the way because we have a busy day today.
I, if it makes you feel better, I will. But
Yes, it
again,
will.
food. Okay. No, food. Food doesn't do for
Mhm.
me what he does for you.
I at this point,
Let's go take
Marigold's
a
tired
couple
of
more
hearing him
bites.
talk and just like takes a roll or something and just shoves it in his mouth.
Oh, crap. Oh, you're just like
He-
slowly eat the roll.
Trebekula makes it sparkle like this, the gif here.
All right. So, are you going to tell us exactly why we're going back to Varys? I was not going to pry on you last night, but we need a little more information other than that your dearly departed late wife told you, possibly, that Varys killed her.
Going to Varys? I thought we were looking for Ezra.
He pulls out his the necklace he wears underneath. So since there's like a poncho and like a poncho over it, and sure, like
Wait.
you would have
Oh,
never seen it very good, but he pulls out the necklace and he says, if I remember correctly, this necklace is of written down somewhere specifically which deity. I lost it. Essentially, this would be the deity that represents knowledge. He says, these belong to my wife. I myself was faithful to the gods some time back. But I grew a distaste for them. So last night I did a sort of seance. I don't know how or why, but I can pick up on certain energies, let's call them. And there was something about the necklace, and I asked it to show me what it wanted me to see. And so I relived the day. I relived that day. And I had more control. There was bloody footsteps for somebody that more than likely is about my size. They were hurried. They were leaving in a hurried manner, and there was no signs of them limping or being of uneven step.
um,
When I returned from the steps, my wife's body was no longer where it should have been, but everybody was acting normal. And then I saw her. as she was, not as I found her. She told me that whoever it was wealthy. That was a piece of a silk shirt in her hand. Pharrell does not wear said shirt, but Yellowcrest is very much involved with the police, with the local constables. He funds, he donates, he spends much time there, and he is similar size to me. So that's what I will start.
Do you still have that piece of silk?
I do not.
Does any of this ring any bells at all for me, DM? Just in terms of like anything I might have heard or any rumors that may have passed through the Dragonfly.
Beyond the normal rumors of like, did you hear so and so, or like like normal rumors that fly around town. Not necessarily would you know much more than of these murders, but uh, not. I would say probably not.
Okay. I think at that, Marigold like finishes whatever fruit she has in front of her, and kind of like brushes off her dress. Well,
Um,
that's good enough. A reason for me. We can go back to Varys and talk to him a little bit more. I have, as much as I hate to do it, I do have a spell that'll help persuade him a little bit to speak his truths. But
it is
Varys is
against the law. I'm just kidding.
Varys is not an unintelligent man. If he doesn't want us to tell, if he doesn't want to tell us the truth, he's gonna find a way around it.
Um,
I can break
could,
him.
could you describe the the, the silk piece, the piece of fabric to me in as much detail as you can?
Would have been as. Do I know what the color would have been?
It was a like a yellow aqua color. That's a brownish yellow, I believe.
It was a silk shirt of brownish yellow, almost like a Dijon mustard sort of thing going on with it.
Would that kind of shirt, or maybe like that, like a damaged shirt, or something like that, would any of that ring any bell with Mr. Trebecula?
You
Ooh,
can make
evens maybe.
a history check. It's going to be a real high DC on that.
It's a 1, so I can re-roll it. It's still a 1. I'm a real 16.
No, you
Damn, the universe really doesn't want you to.
What? What?
you start to ponder about where you might have seen a shirt like this, and your brain hurts a little bit. The sparkles that you put on the pancake for Cassius seem to have had a little bit more of a effect on you than you would like to have admitted. But it's early in the morning, and you're not used
Okay.
to casting spells this early in the morning. But the only thing you would get on that is that again, more affluent people would wear this type of shirt.
So, okay. So he's familiar with the type of shirt.
It, only in the sense that it's worn by people who have money.
Okay. But I mean, like, he knows, like, he's kind of. Yeah, he's seen the shirt before. Maybe someone wearing it, or. something
Mhm.
like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I guess we should be on our way.
Indeed. Come on, let's go. And she just kind of like, like she's ushering children. She just kind of like waves her hands at them and like gets them up and going, and we head towards Ferris.
Barky is now a pug.
Yeah, Cassius is walking for the first time quickly and with direction, just
And Trabicula is
on a
carrying
mission.
Barky, the little hobbit man with an armful
He's
of pug.
not the same size.
Yep, you were able to make your way over to Valis's and Yellowcrest Manor uh, easily. There's not many people out because it's fairly early in the morning.
Um,
It's probably about 8 o'clock, so not a lot of people are out, and especially seeing how today is the day of the Founders Day uh, celebration. Most people are busy at the fairgrounds getting things ready, so you don't run into much traffic or foot traffic or on your way over to Yellowcrest Manor.
would uh, would Yellowcrest would be like was he like home? Do we know like before we knock or anything?
You have no idea.
Hmm. Can I, since we're like at the front door, can I cast locate object based on the piece of chart that I'm kind of familiar with and that was like described to me?
Okay. You can certainly do that if you'd like.
Okay. Do I detect anything?
So you close your eyes and start moving your hands in a way to start casting the spell, and you release the energy, and you get multiple pings, not just here in Yellowcrest Manor, but of shirts of that type of make at the house right next door to your right and to your left. But you do get pings in uh, Yellowcrest Manor. Maybe not of that particular shirt, but you do get pings that there are shirts of that make in the same or at Yellowcrest Manor.
People have a strange sense of fashion.
Before we get there, I'm gonna talk very quietly, kind of down to Trebecula. Um, I don't know how far your capabilities are with Mr. Barkey over there, um, but perhaps while we're questioning Valis, uh, is it possible you could send Barkey to do a little reconnaissance of something maybe a little bit smaller?
Sure. Yeah, I could do that.
Just to help cover our bases a little bit. Um, Maybe see if your little friend there can find something in his room or in a basement. I don't know. I don't know anything about these things.
Um,
And we continue on our way.
ooh. Um, would I have to recast the spell if I want to change the animal?
I
I'm just
believe
reading the
so.
spell now. Yeah,
Like I want to change like from a dog to like something else. I can do that.
I think you have to recast the spell. Because you choose the form when you cast the spell.
Mm.
And I feel like it would take time to change from animal to animal,
Okay.
but if you're gonna just dismiss it and then recast it, I would say, yeah, casting time is 1 hour.
If you cast this spell while you already have a familiar, you instead cause it to adopt a new form. So
Okay.
yes, it would take you an hour to change it
Mm.
to something else.
And we're already there, so like hours not gonna work. Okay, I guess little puggy just got work cut out for him. He can do it.
You you can dismiss, like, cause it to disappear and reappear within 30 feet of you.
I can do that.
Yep.
Someone didn't read their find familiar spell.
It's a lot of text.
It is.
Yeah, I do that. The thing. Where is it? Ah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Great. Yeah. He is temporarily dismissed.
So you're just standing on the porch and dismissing your familiar.
Putting him in the pocket dimension to await my. Yeah.
Oh man, I've made Chonk cry. So you guys just stand there on the porch and watch as Trebecula dismisses his familiar. And that's it.
Here we go. Yeah.
Man, Chonk must be going, to the tissue factory to get his tissues.
Sorry,
Oh.
I'm back.
We thought that I broke you.
Sorry, I just had to grab some tissues.
Awesome. So you're just standing there on the porch at Yellow Crest's manor, and you watch as Trebecula dismisses uh, Mr. Barks,
Hmm.
or Barky, as he was so
Yeah.
lovingly referred to as. What would you guys like to do?
Well, are y'all ready
Yeah.
to do this then?
I will let the two of you do the talking.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, if your ways don't work, we'll try mine.
Well, alright then. And I'll knock on the door.
So you knock on the door, and you wait a minute, and then you finally hear the servant's voice or butler's voice that you heard yesterday. Uh, Coming. and he'll open the door and smile and say, "Well, good morning to you all. What can I help you with today?"
Good morning. We're here to see Valis again, if you don't mind.
The master is not here today. He is out running errands, and I do not know what time he will be back.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. Do you happen to know where he is currently so we can maybe go catch up with him?
He said he was going to be out at the fairgrounds today, and then later to the factory where he works. But other than that, I do not know.
I I nudged Trebecula a little bit with my foot.
Uh,
And I turn a little bit and I point down the street, like towards the opposite end of where I know the fairgrounds are. Now, did he go down that way, or is he on the other side of the fairgrounds? I'm trying to draw this guy's attention away from the stairs.
yeah. Barty's going to slide out of Trebekina's hands and uh, stealthily make his way to the stairs and down.
Alright. And you're gonna have to make a let's say stealth check to have him appear and start making his way inside.
Does he get an advantage because I'm assisting?
Yes.
Okay.
And let's see.
So do I just roll from my character sheet?
No, you would use there's a creature statistics at the back of the player's handbook. I'm looking to see if there's just like a dog in here.
There should be. You can even do it in D&D Beyond. You can go to extras and go to
Yeah.
manage extras. And you can
There
add
is
an
a
extra.
there is a mastiff, so stealth is dex,
Oh,
so add a
kind of
+2 to it.
big.
I'm just going to use that as the dog statistic because there's
Okay.
really no dog.
Do you want to roll it for me?
You can go ahead and roll if you want. Just roll d20 +2.
If there's a special button or whatever. Nope. Slash R. Oh wait, what am I typing?
Roll
Holy
2d20 +2 because you're rolling
2d20.
at advantage. Yep, you're rolling at advantage.
What?
Why do you keep pooping on my advantage tonight? This is the second advantage roll I've given you, and you're just pooping on it.
You feel bad luck?
Um, a
Penny
so
will
a
remember this.
so a
Who's that?
9.
From a different reality, Penny just stops and gives a glare over to
Yep.
to
Look,
Eva.
this is all just Win seeing this while he's stuck in that event horizon.
Yeah.
It's all happening in his head. So with a 9, you you see the servant kind of look and point down the other way, saying, "No, he actually went this way." And as he turns, he sees you at the end of your uh, little gesture to pop out your dog, and he looks at you strangely, and um,
Oh, well, can I if I know he's looking at me, can I not do it?
he's caught you at the very end of it,
Mm, I want a dog.
and he looks at you and he'll say, "Excuse me, what
Yes.
exactly are you doing, sir?"
I want to pet my fluffy dog. You want to pet? And you hold up the dog to the guy. And the dog's like a little pug. It's like, bleh, like tongue sticking out.
Half pug, half something else it's turning into.
He'll
Oh no, I wasn't gonna turn it to anything. I'm just keeping it as a bug.
he'll reach out his hand very gingerly and pat it on the head like, this is very awkward. And he'll pull back and say,
That's
uh,
his head.
yes, the master of the house isn't in. He's out for the day, and I do not know when he'll return. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. We'll go wander around the fairgrounds and see if we can't find him. Thank you.
You are welcome, and he'll close the door.
I just look down and like stare at Trebecula.
Wait,
Holding the
I
dog.
cast when the door's closed, can I cast on the other side of the door?
I'm just reading the spell.
Yeah.
It just says it has to be in range. It doesn't say you have to see the area.
If anything, you peek through the window.
You certainly can, if you'd like.
Okay. The unseen servant will be within that room.
So
Mr. Jabecula rubs his hands together. So this is what it's like to break the law. The unseen servant. First, Jabecula will look in the window and see if there's anybody in the room for one of the windows by the front. Does he spot anybody?
you do not see anybody in the parlor that you guys were sitting in yesterday.
Right. The unseen servant will open the window, and Shebekula will place his dog in the window, and the dog will hop down and begin investigating, with the unseen servant following the dog to help it out. All right.
You
Uh,
know what?
She-
uh,
Use it if you
it's
got it.
uh,
Shebekula will hop into a bush and switch. Look and hear through the dog.
you see the window, Cassius and Marigold. You see the window just open of its own accord, and Trebecula run over to it and kind of chuck the dog into it because it's a good 3 or 4 feet off of the ground above his head.
Yeah.
I think
And
Cassius just kind of takes a deep breath and just says, "Ah, well, yes, he's going to look for. I mean, what exactly is it that you're looking for in there?"
and then you said, Trebecula, that you jumped into the bushes so you can
To be hidden.
hide and
Yeah.
okay, and you're looking
Uh,
through the dog's eyes,
yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you switch and you feel yourself slightly float through existence to find yourself in a dog's eyes, and you can hear the dog. It's not terribly loud, but you are quite aware of how loud this dog is breathing. What do you do?
Um, Try to be a bit more quiet, and and now the dog's gonna, with the unseen servant following, will I guess move towards the stairs. Willow Marigold pointed towards. Dang it! Gosh dang it!
The the dog gingerly trots over, not making a terrible amount of noise, and you can
Still.
glimpse the servant that you were just talking to making his way down the hall beside the stairwell, and the dog starts to head upstairs.
Yep. All stealthy like. Try to quiet his breathing.
Go ahead and roll another d20 for your uh, Barky's stealth.
What is this?
Maybe you should just switch to rolling dice tonight.
Yeah, let me. Can I roll
They're
with
just
like somewhere
Two things
else.
that
Let me.
don't roll
Where's
dice.
my D&D Beyond?
I'll let you roll that one again if you'd like, going with real dice or D&D Beyond.
I know I have real dice somewhere in the house, but I don't know where. It might take a while, so I'll just get on D&D Beyond and do. If it'll let me log in.
In the meantime, what is Cassius and Marigold doing, seeing your tiny little friend chuck a dog through an open window and jump into the bushes?
I think Cassius is for sure impatient. And he's just like, should we be going to the fairground before he gets too much in the public eye?
I mean, as much as I'd love to leave him here, he's kind of our problem now. We've been sided with him enough that if he gets caught, it's going to come back to us. So
What is he even doing?
I told him that he should put the dog, as something smaller inside while we were talking to Valis to, look around, maybe see if he could find anything. But I did not expect him to
Valis
throw it through the
is not
window.
here. But Valis is not here.
I know that. I'm aware of that. I don't think he is.
I'm just gonna walk up to Temecula and just kind of drag him out of the bush and just Valis is not here. What is it that you're doing?
You drag him out of the bushes, and you can see that his eyes are completely white, glazed over, like the lights are on and nobody's home. He can still hear
I,
you, but
I just kind of drop him, but I think he's dead.
I don't think he's dead, Cassius.
No, I've seen dead people. This is, I mean, look. And I just kind of drag him over. I've seen this before.
I don't think he's dead, Cassius. I think we should wait here just for a few minutes and let's let the little guy do his thing, and then we'll
What
head to
if
the
we drag him
fairgrounds.
towards? What if we drag him towards the fairgrounds?
No, because what if you like snap whatever's going on here, and he just loses his mind?
Snapping him out of, and I look down.
Yeah, whatever spell he's doing.
No, I think this is a stroke.
I, I don't think it's a stroke, Cassius. Let's give him a few minutes.
Ah, Cassie's just impatiently, kind of leaning on either a tree or a lamppost or something.
I think we just kind of try to be as casual as possible and I prop Wilhelm's body up against something to make him look like he's just kind of taking a little nap. And we just hang out for a few minutes and see what
Eyes
happens.
wide open, mouth open. He looks dead.
uh, it's easy enough to find a bench close enough. But as you drag him away, he loses the unseen servant. Because if he moves more than 60 feet away from it, the spell ends.
I mean, that's
But
fine.
yeah, but I mean it served its purpose at this point to get the.
We're not mad.
You don't know that, but it's got the familiar in. So
All right.
Spectre's gonna wake up all mad. What happened to my? Where am I?
I got a 16.
a 16. So
Yeah.
your pug makes its way up the stairs without issue. The servant doesn't even notice that he's there. Um, where what are you looking for upstairs?
Um. Well, and what do I see? I mean, like, what is the layout? How
It,
does it look like?
so you get to the top of the stairs, and the house kind of goes down a hallway, not terribly long, maybe 20 or 30 feet in either direction, and uh, it looks like it leads to different rooms up here. There's paintings on the wall of Yellowcrest and his family. There's sconces on the walls. There's uh, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or not bedroom, or just looks like rooms at either end. If you're looking for something specific, you can make an investigation check.
Okay. Well, just like rifle through his room a bit. Uh, a investigation. Well, rifle through his
Uh,
room, then look for his like office because he's got to have an office somewhere.
Okay. If you're going to make an investigation check, it's a -4 to your roll.
Oh, okay. Um, so it's a D20 -4.
Yep.
Okay. Dang it, I forgot. Pugs aren't very good at investigating.
It's the Dalmatian that you really wanted.
Shepherd, sheep, dog. Here we go. Do I can reroll. Why? All of them are bad. Always a 5.
Jesus,
So,
dude.
so oh, there's a 15 in there,
No
but
wonder.
the let's
It's a
see.
shame.
5
So
to.
the 5 you got is a 1. You Jesus, my God. Um, your 1 there. Your pug spends about 15 minutes looking to find the master bedroom there, and you find that the door is shut. And being a pug, being a small pug at that, um, he is unable to reach the handle to open the door.
And at this point, is the unseen servant still there?
Nope, your body has been dragged away.
Hey, what's going on here?
You just kind of mouth open and dry, eyes wide open and dry. You just kind of bloodshot eyes.
um, so I'm just gonna have the pug walk around, look for anything uh interesting. Uh, maybe see if there's any other servants than the one.
Uh, you can go ahead and make a stealth check and then make a perception check at advantage. So stealth is +2 to your d20. And then your perception is going to be +1 at advantage.
Okay. So my steal and that would be +2, so 11. Oh, so
13.
13. And another D20.
Yes, roll 2d20 and add 1 to it.
So 2D20 for the looking around stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, it added them together. One was 4, the other one was 14.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 15. So you send the pug to start looking around to see if there's any other servants, and uh, you don't see that there are any other servants, but you do realize as you hear a hey, and you realize that
Dog gonna
the
run.
servant has discovered you.
Dog bolts.
So you run around the house,
Yes.
realizing that you can't open any doors, and there
Yes.
are no open doors to
Yes. And
go
he'll
through.
and as he runs, he's gonna be knocking all sorts of stuff over. He's gonna be scratching things. A
Uh,
cartoon thing, man, Butler man chasing a small speedy dog.
and you do. Yeah, you're knocking over vases, priceless statues that are on display on tables, some uh, expensive looking lamps, and all while he's giving you chase.
Oh,
And eventually he
can
does
I?
come up and catch you
Oh, I was gonna say while he's running, I'm dismissing the familiar.
just as he's about to grab. You see he's about to grab your pug. Uh, you dismiss it and you come back to on a bench, not in the bushes.
Where am I? Am I in heaven?
Oh, good, you're back.
Oh
We
no,
need
I'm in
to get
hell.
to the
Oh help!
fairgrounds.
Oh oh, where am I?
We're on the bench. We need to get to the fairgrounds. These where Yellow Crest will be.
You know, I find it strange that Yellow Crest only has one servant.
Mm,
That doesn't seem normal.
Especially for what his wealthiest is. I mean, he had all these vases and priceless artifacts that I destroyed. Knocked over. That happened to have fallen and were made from one into many. Uh, but yeah,
hmm.
the whole time it was just the one servant.
Maybe he is fostering.
It's at this
Nuts.
time that you guys see the front door to the Yellow Crest Manor open and the servant step out looking all around.
Oh, I thought they dragged us off.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, we're
you're on
not
a,
far off.
yeah, you're not far off.
Oh,
He he starts looking down the road to where Marigold had pointed in the first place, looking to see if he can
it's a
see
good point. We
anybody
go.
that way.
We're running. Let's go. Let's go quickly.
Do you follow Trebecula?
He's
Sure.
Dracula's gone towards the fair. He's since the fair is the opposite direction where the butler's looking. He's like, okay, fair time. Let's go.
Yeah, Marigold
fast,
goes.
fast as little
Sure.
legs can take.
Yeah, I just should.
So you guys make your way to the fairgrounds, and it's in the it's not very far away, maybe about 20 minutes walking. But you're running a little bit, so it'll cut it down maybe a couple of minutes. But you get there, and there is all sorts of tents that have been popped up, and people are uh, standing in line to buy tickets to get in. You can get you're hit with the smells of many different foods being cooked, being prepared for the day. You see there are some rides being set up and some carnival games, and you can see that this place is starting to get more and more crowded as the day goes on. Because at this point, I was gonna say it's about 9:30 in the morning.
Hmm.
What would you guys like to do?
Mm,
Well, I'm immediately glancing around, like scouring the crowds, trying to find any sign of Valis.
Uh,
yeah, I am too.
Mr. Trebecula hasn't been to the carnival before, so he's looking around at all the attractions like a kid. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, look at that!"
I think I'm going to place a hand on his head and be like, focus.
Oh, right, yes.
Uh,
He'll
you
make
can
a
all roll perception checks if you'd like.
Okay.
Do I get advantage because I'm tall?
I'm gonna say no.
Fuck.
Nice try though.
Nope. That's a no. Nope. All mine. That's a two.
Oh, did you roll a natural one?
Nope.
Oh
I'd
man.
rolled a straight two.
So with a two, there's just a lot of people here. You see
Yeah, that's a
family,
lot of people.
you see families, you see couples, you see uh, people with teenagers with their friends. Uh, Plus the sounds and the smells are hitting you. And for not having eaten breakfast this morning, some of the smells are hitting you and enticing you a little bit more than you would like.
Mm-hmm.
With the 11 and with the amount of people here, it's roughly the same situation for you, Trebecula. Nothing, you don't really catch anything. On a 14, again, there's just a lot of people here. If he is here at the moment, he's definitely not anywhere that you can see.
Is there maybe a constabulary around here that maybe we could ask? Like, if there's a constabulary around here, maybe I could just kind of nudge Jubecula towards them.
Sure, I mean, it'd be easy enough to find one of them.
Jubecula, go. Ask him.
Yeah,
Ask
Trebecula
them.
will plod off towards the constable. But like, you there, constable, if I may have a moment.
He'll turn and look down at you, and with a little bit of a look of surprise, he'll stand a little bit straighter and salute you and say, "Detective, how may I help you?"
Yes, I'm looking for the. I forgot his name. Yellowtail. Yeah, I'm looking for the Mr. Yellowtail. Is he in? Is he? Do you know his whereabouts?
I have not seen him this morning.
Do you have any hint where he may be? I'm looking. I wish to speak with him.
Uh, I can put the word out that you'd like to talk with him, but I have not seen him now.
Hmm. That's fine. You don't need to put the word out. I'll just look around myself.
Okay. Is there anything else I can help you with, sir?
Um, what's the main attraction of this carnival? Like
Well,
the big event.
things don't really kick off here for another hour or so. That's when the main stage is where people will and dignitaries will give their opening speeches for the festival because it lasts excuse me all 2 or 3 days. So they'll give their uh, opening speeches, and other than that, there's all sorts of games you can play. There's various different foods if you would like to try some. There's games of skill. There's games of chance. Anything you would really like to do, it's here.
Okay. This carnival is it like? Is it just like middle of town, or is it like outskirts of town by waterside?
Uh, it would be more towards the outside of town,
Okay.
but it's not so far outside of town that it's not near like factories. It's like you have the factories are in the area, and this is like it's just about on the outskirts of town. If you go to the other side of the fairground and keep going, that's when the town starts to kind of dissipate and turn into countryside.
Okay. There's no like it's like landlocked, right? There's like definitely no water, no ports, nothing.
Nope.
Uh, like a aside from um the stage where the dignitaries would be, is there um Like when the circus comes to town, there's like a big tent, and they have other the show, or is or no?
You mean like an area where the performers gather?
Yes.
I mean the main tent there. That's where they would be, the circus performers, if that's what you're looking for.
Oh, wait, is that the same place? Am I confused?
I don't know if we're seeing eye to eye on this one. Are you asking about where the circus performers would be, or are you asking where the like dignitaries would be?
um, are they the same place?
I I don't know. I'm just doing on guard duty. I don't know if the dignitaries have any place where they gather. I just started a week ago, so I'm not privy to that information. They just told me to show up today
Okay.
and be on patrol and look out.
All right then. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Have a good day, sir. And he'll salute you once again.
And Specular tip his hat and continue on. He'll make it back his way to the others, and he'll tell them that there's a place where the dignitaries will meet. Not sure when. This whole fair will take place over the course of the next 3 days. And then there's the big tent with the performers, and that ridiculous kind of, in not the same TV shows. Uh, and it is heard tell that in some detective cases, stuff happens in the big tent. That might be a place to look.
I think that's the place we were giving to Luke. That should be where we go. We need to find him immediately and question him.
Okay. Um. Alternatively, we could try to find where the dignitaries will meet. He'll undoubtedly be there. Like maybe
Hmm.
we could catch him before they, you know, show themselves to the public. That would be
I would
preferable.
agree.
Well, all right
However,
then.
the constable did not know where, so we'll have to find that ourselves.
We start at the. You said start at the large tent, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we could begin that. See if he is there.
Okay.
So you make your way over to the large tent in the center of the fairgrounds here, and it's not very hard. I mean, it's if you've ever been to like carnivals and things like that, it's a little crowded, so you have to make your way around, and it's not difficult. It's just a little bit time consuming because you have to step in between people walking one way and then step around people walking the other way. But you managed to make your way there. Uh, and you see at the main tent, it's not really open yet. There's just a couple of guards standing outside. Do you approach?
I'll let our detective friend here. Wait, you said guards or are they part of the constables?
They're the constables
Okay,
of the
then yeah, I'll let
constabulary. Yep.
our detective friend here approach.
So they're like guarding the entrance to the tent.
Yeah, just like one or two, because it's a fairly large tent that people
Oh
can
yeah.
go in, and they don't want people in there. You get the sense that just yet.
Oh, so they're not ready yet. They're not open yet. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Trying to think about what to say. Hmm.
Here, give me one. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Trebecula will make his way to the guards, and He'll dip his hand. Good day, lads. How's the day been treating you?
They will salute you and say, Detective, the day is treating us quite well so far. What about yourself? How can we help you?
Uh, my investigations have vaguely, he'll have a slight annoyed look, led me to this carnival. I was wondering if I could sniff around in here before I pass off. Before I move on to a different place.
Sure, but nobody's in there.
That's fine.
Okay. And they will step aside to let you enter.
All right.
I'll step through with him.
Yeah.
They'll go to kind of block you, Cassius.
Oh, these two are with me. They are
Uh,
aiding my investigations.
make a persuasion roll.
Persuasion's not my strongest. Buddy, my rolls are bad. It hurts.
uh, they'll look at you and Trebekula and they'll be like, civilians don't normally invade or help with investigations.
You're correct. But I myself am not just, well, a
He is.
civilian. I have experience, and I've also, let's call them abilities that the detective here does not have. So,
Is there a way I
I
can like
assist.
formally add them to my detectiveness? Like a, I don't know what you call them.
A sticker. A
You
sticker
want,
that says,
uh, I, and I know what you're trying to do. I just can't think of the word for it.
Yeah, I
a
know it's a
ride along
thing.
or something.
Uh,
A ride along?
there,
Or
no,
like those
not a
sheriff,
ride along.
plastic sheriff stars.
Deputize.
Yeah, like deputize,
Mm.
but
I
not
mean, if
deputize.
you really want to, you can make something up on the spot,
I don't think.
or Cassius can try and persuade them as well. Let them in.
Yeah. Because
Sorry, what?
you can
Y-
Cassius can try to persuade the guards.
Okay. Because I heard it, and then it just kind of rattled in my brain. And I went, wait a minute. 19.
They'll give you a look, and they'll look to Trebekula, and they'll be like, "All right, we this isn't normal. We'll let you in this one time, but only because you're a detective, sir." And they'll step aside to let you in.
Senorita Mariol, if you will. And I'll just now, like, to have her come with us too.
They won't give her any trouble because that was for the two of you. You
Yeah.
both tried getting in.
Oh. That's
Oh,
once we're
so
like kind of away from them, just quietly, just like, oh, I can't believe that worked.
I know. I guess it was just Cassius they were leery of.
Mm,
They
maybe.
didn't say anything about the miracle.
Yeah.
So you enter the main tent, and it's you walk down a little bit of a tunnel, and you come out to the main area. You see at one end of this uh, tent, you see a little bit of a stage uh, with chairs lined up on either side of a podium, and you see uh, tent poles extending to the ceilings with ropes and and such attached at the top, and you see on either side grandstands that go 10, 15 rows deep, and they go three-quarters of the way around this tent, and you are standing in the middle of the ring. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna
Uh,
cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
I'll use the detect fiend, celestial, undead, consecrated, or desecrated objects or areas within a 60-foot radius, and just kind of walk around.
Uh, Cassius, you don't really get anything off
Mhm.
of that. I mean, there's nothing really in here besides just grandstands and
Mhm.
poles and things like that. The only thing you would get Marigold off Detect Magic is maybe some. Uh, maybe some transmutation magic off of the stage, but that's really about all that there is for magic in here, other than the items that are on yourself and on Trebecula and uh, Cassius.
Shebecula's gonna stealth and just kind of look around, maybe like look under. Uh, uh, is like where the audience sits. It's like at the very foot of it. There's like a little like draping of like cloth or something that leads under the seats. Uh, Shebecula's gonna like sneak around, try to look under there, see if he finds anything.
You can roll perception or investigation, either one. On a 23, you find that these grandstands are immaculately put together. They are of a very fine craftsmanship, even though you know that they have been used for years here, and that they look like they've been used and well maintained. But other than that, there's really nothing here that you find that would be out of place.
Okay.
I want to just like kind of go somewhere where I can hide and just kind of keep an eye out in case anybody comes in or anybody's watching us. See if or see if kind of see if I spot anything unusual.
Sure, go ahead and make a stealth check if you'd like.
Yeah. Let me see, will nine.
Um, do I know how long it is till the event happens?
24.
Uh, to answer your question, Trebecula, it would be at this point, you maybe have about half an hour till the event starts. Here, excuse me, before and people should be coming in at any minute. But it's about half an hour till the kickoff speeches start. For your stealth there, Cassius, go to the back of uh, the tent here and go into the upper rows of the grandstands, and you find a seat that's kind of more hidden in the shadows uh, to look around, and you feel like you're pretty well hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it's at this time you start to see that the uh, ushers are starting to come in and allow people into their seats.
Uh,
And
quickly before like people start filling in,
mhm,
Rebecca will go to Cassius and gesture for Marigold to follow. Does
okay,
Marigold follow?
Yeah.
Okay. And he'll pull out a rope and he'll throw it and it'll magically fill up and become taut and he'll gesture for them to climb up it. and you see the rope is not hooked onto anything. It's just going up into the air. Like, hurry, climb up.
Uh, we're gonna need
Yeah.
athletic checks from everyone on that.
It's really short. It's like, it's well, it's tall for Mr. Trebecula, but for everybody else, the rope only goes up like 5 feet, 6 feet, something like that. Because we're already like
So I
at the
just
top row.
so I just have Marigold give me uppies into it.
Sure, if she could do that. You don't need to. If you're only going
I
that
get
high, I won't make you roll athletics for that.
Yeah, it's not super
I
high.
get uppies and help Marigold get. I'll get uppies and then I help Marigold climb up.
No,
Marigold probably just like jump into it.
and no one's gonna help Trebecula in.
I thought he was the first one up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't. I'm sorry. So what you just climbing up a rope at this point?
Oh, it's a magic rope. We all jump into a pocket dimension that keeps us entirely invisible and hidden from. Uh, da, 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 da. Uh, An invisible entrance opens to an extra dimensional space that lasts until the spell ends. The extra dimensional space can be reached by climbing to the top of the rope, which is what we did. It can hold as many as 8 medium or smaller creatures. The rope can be pulled up into the space, making the rope disappear from view outside. Attacks and spells cannot cross the entrance, but those inside can see outside of it as if through a 3 foot by 5 foot window centered on the rope. Anything inside the rope, extra dimensional space, drops out when the spell ends.
Okay, so you climb up into this little pocket dimension above the uh, back of the grandstands as you watch people start to roll in. Let's see.
A little private place to watch what's going on.
It's a little cramped in there, but not terribly.
Can hold
We're all
8
just there,
medium.
just kind of chilling, just like so.
Yeah, I was like,
What?
we're like a
What's?
what's it, pillow fort or something. Y'all got your like knees pulled
Yeah.
up.
What exactly are we doing in here?
We're keeping a look. We're watching, observing,
Mm.
gaining knowledge, and being hidden from others' view.
Okie doke.
As you're discussing this, more and more people are starting to file into the tent, and the grandstands are getting more and more filled as we get closer and closer to the opening of uh, the celebration. Is there anything you would like to do before the celebration kicks off?
Nope.
Uh, how long will this take?
It's
Just
just
an hour.
a couple of minutes before it starts. So
Oh,
at this
I meant.
point,
Oh,
even
I was looking at my spell list. I'm wondering how long
oh,
it takes per spell. I'm just like, it's an hour. So I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna work. Um, ba, 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 ba.
I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back,
Okay.
Diana. Yeah, we good.
okay. So as you guys are waiting in your little uh, hidey spot, you
Hey, howdy
see,
ho.
yeah, your hidey hole. You see that the stage is starting to get filled with various dignitaries. You see Ezra's up there. You'll see the different wardens of the city start filling in the seats towards the back upstage. You see some important figures from the city or from around the city also are up there, and it's just a couple of minutes away. and you see Ezra walk up to the main podium, and he'll start speaking to everyone after it looks like the room is full. And he'll say, "Welcome to the 400th annual Founders Day Parade. It is wonderful to see you all here. My name is Ezra, and I am part of the constabulary. We will be kicking off this Founders Day Parade in just a minute here, but there are some people who would like to say some things before we really kick the main stage off. So I'll hand it over to the Master of Ceremonies here, and he'll extend his hand out to his side to where you see a woman in a very finely made black dress, looking a little bit more pale than you would think, and black hair. She's about medium height, and her hair is pulled at the top, is pulled back into uh, just pulled back into a ponytail that she is hanging off of the back of her head, with her hair that reaches down to about her shoulders. She comes up to the stage and she starts saying, "Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Uh, as many of you know, I am uh, Caroline Parson, and my family is one of the families that helped to found, or who helped create this city." And she'll go on into explaining how she wants to see the city grow and things like that. And you'll notice that Valis is also up on stage, but you'll see him quickly walk off stage after about 5 or 10 minutes because a aide comes up to the side of him and whispers something in his ear, and she'll keep talking, saying how she has part of the plan for the city to grow. Yes.
When we see Valis kind of like get pulled off stage, sort of, um, and is Trunk here? Is Trunk here, or did he step away?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Um, Trebecula will motion to Cassius, like kind of asks, like, "Do you want to follow him?"
I just kind of head nod.
Right. The little rope will slide down for Cassius to slide down out of the pocket dimension.
I want to stealth down and kind of start heading towards the area he's going.
I
Right.
pull the rope back up.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
Do this. 28.
Hey.
28. So you roll down and or slide down the rope and come down on top of uh, a a family who's just getting situated at the back, and they kind of give that "what the hell?" Like, come on, man, that's just. And but you quickly are able to keep moving while the speech is going on to see if you can find uh, Valis. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Damn.
Ooh.
It's 6.
6. So after you see Valis has walked off stage, you see that he walks towards the exit at the back of the tent, but you don't see much more than that. He's just gone the uh, out the back. What is Marigold and Trebecula doing at this point?
Marigold's just kind of keeping an eye out right now. She trusts that Cassian will be careful and do what he needs to do and contact them if he finds himself into some trouble. And she thinks that she probably, out of the two, should probably keep an eye on Trebecula more than Cassian.
And what are you doing, Mr. Trebecula?
Well, kind of just watching Cassius go off, and kind of like dividing his attention between Cassius and the crowd. After he sees Cassius goes off, he'll look at the crowd. Not really the podium, but the audience, and see what's if anything interesting's going on there.
Nope, they're all kind of just enjoying listening to Miss Parson give her speech, and you don't really see anything happening in the crowd other than like ushers walking back and forth around the outside as they see things going on, like people getting a little bit rowdy. But there's nothing really going on in the crowd. You decide to follow Cassius. You're following Yellowcrest.
No, he was just.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was about to say, like, do I see that you're trying to follow me, or?
Um, I'm like I thought about following him, but Trebecula was like, "Yeah, he's got this."
Uh, uh, I don't know. I think I'm just, I think I'm spending my time looking for Yellowcrest. I don't even know if I would notice Tabigula.
I think he stayed in the thing, the
yeah,
Oh,
pocket
okay, okay.
dimension. Yep,
yeah.
Okay.
yep.
Stay.
He's just kind
Uh,
of scoping out, just keeping an eye
Yeah,
on
yeah. Just scoping stuff out. It was like, oh, there goes Cassius. Hey, look at that guy.
yep.
He spilled his popcorn or whatever.
them.
Uh, yeah. Are you're looking around for Yellowcrest, but you
Yep.
do not see him at all.
Uh, I think kind of looking around. I want to see if I want to head towards the direction that he walked off to see if I can pick up something there. Like if
Uh,
there's the private space, maybe an aid of his that I see.
you can certainly make your way back there. If you're looking for anything specific, you can roll a perception check.
Um, yeah, just picking up clues for him. Perception.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah, 14. That's better. Huh?
Uh, Out of the corner of your eye, when you get to the back, you don't necessarily see anybody in the immediate area behind the stage, but you do see movement out of the corner of your eye. You catch like a brown blur uh, exiting the tent as well, and
Mhm.
headed that way, uh, moving. It looks like with purpose.
I was gonna say at this point, uh, Rebecca will remember that he's a detective, and he will.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute, why is he doing this? I'm the detective. Um, he will cast disguise self on himself, and then make his way stealthily down the rope too.
Easy enough to do. I'm just trying to see if you leave this area, does that spell the rope trick end?
Well, Marigold's going with him regardless. She's not gonna she's not gonna let Trebecula get himself into any trouble. She will also disguise herself before she goes. And she just, turns into a really well, I guess I guess it's actually disguise self. It's not like polymorph.
Okay. So you guys, what do you describe or change into?
Mr. Trebecula is a slightly overweight, kind of dirty dressed, middle-aged man with glasses. He's balding on the top. He's got a bit of hair going around the back of his head to his ears, and he's got a big old like walrus mustache. And in general, he just looks kind of dumpy and like old and not really well kept.
I think Marigold looks exactly how you would picture Marigold if she were a human. Like she just looks very like debutante southern like woman in her like 30s or 40s, big blonde hair.
The higher the hair, the closer to God.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And she
Just a
it
just
looked
woman
like
at a rodeo. Just a woman at a
she just
rodeo.
follows after Trebecula.
yeah, Trebecula looked like this dude, but Hobbit form, but and more slobby.
So you guys make your way to the back of the tent where you saw Cassius headed.
Yep.
You guys are able to make your way back there. It's not hard. You get a couple of eyebrows raised, like, what are you doing? This is like because you're trying. You people think you're going to block their view or whatnot, or steal somebody's seat from way up front. But you make your way back there. Are you still back there, Cassius?
Cassie's.
Aw.
Hello.
I'm muted. It depends what my role would show me. Like if my
You
role gave me a clue or a direction, then I'm pew going
you said you rolled a 14.
14. Yes.
Yeah, you saw the blur of motion exiting the tent. Oh,
Then yeah, I'm going that way.
okay. Uh, so by the time the cat Trebecula and uh, Marigold would get there, you would already be gone. So if you want to roll a stealth check to follow this guy, if you're trying to hide, or if not, uh, we'll just go from there. What would you like to do?
Yeah, hey, if I see a blur of my target, I'm following it. These guys didn't come with me. There's no reason for me to believe that they are coming up behind me. I have not been contacted magically or otherwise, so I'm just chasing down my target.
Okay, go ahead and are you stealthily trying to get this guy, or are you just trying to catch him?
Stealthily.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
Ah, damn it. Only a 15.
Uh,
Fine.
you make your way out, and you see that this guy has a good, probably 50 to 75 foot lead on you. He's moving pretty fast, uh, but he's headed off in the direction like towards the edge of the fairgrounds, looking to get potentially maybe even leave the fairgrounds.
Keep
Uh,
pace with him. I'll try to catch up to get a little bit closer, but keep pace.
okay, go ahead and roll another stealth check.
You just wanted me to get in that one, aren't you? 13. Makes sense.
I didn't roll that well either, so uh, you're able to keep pace with him. He is moving and weaving in and out, just in case
Good.
he's suspicious of someone following him.
Hmm.
Uh,
Which there is.
He doesn't
but
know
yeah,
that, so it doesn't count.
he doesn't. But he is just using precaution and moving as stealthily as he can as well. Uh, he's moving in and out of people, but he doesn't perceive that you're there. And You're slowly gaining on him. He's now probably, like, I'm gonna say 40 to 50 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Okay.
you wish to keep going?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another stealth roll.
Mm-hmm. 18.
You see that he still
Uh
keeps moving in and out
huh.
uh, of the crowd here, and you see him stop for a second and kind of glance over, and you do recognize this. This is Ezra, but he kind of just glances over his shoulder, and he knows uh, that somebody's following him. He doesn't know exactly who, but he does know that he is being followed now. So he'll duck behind a stall to go ahead and hide. And do you still continue?
So, am I following Ezra? Am I following Yellowcrest?
You've been following Ezra at this point because
Mm-hmm.
Yellowcrest went out before you even got
Yeah, before I got there.
behind.
I'm gonna
Yep.
keep. I'm gonna keep following him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception at this point.
It's 13.
All right, with a 13. Uh, you know that when he ducked behind, that he was being followed. You are able to see that where he went to being followed, but after that, you can't find where he is. He's gone at this point.
What direction is he heading in? Is this towards Yellowcrest Manor? Is there?
He's headed back towards the town proper and towards like the factories that are on the outskirts of the carnival here, which would
Is
lead
yellow?
back into the main town.
Is Yellowcrest's factory that way?
Yes.
I'm gonna start heading in that direction. Keep an eye out for Ezra or Yellowcrest.
Okay. Uh, Marigold and Trebecula, what are you doing? You are at the back of the stage at this point.
Um, so as we were making our way there, the main stage. Well, who's there currently?
You would see Caroline uh, and just various other dignitaries. There's the members of the founding families there. There's the mayor of the town and just some other local celebrities, if you will. And Caroline is at the main stage, still giving her speech.
Okay. Uh, hmm. All right. Is there any sort of clues as to where Cassius and or what's the other dude's name? Valis or Ezra may have been.
The only thing you would probably know is that they're not there, that they probably went out the back uh, of the tent.
Okay. Um, and I locate person Valis.
You have that spell.
Yes, I do. Well, locate creature. Creature, person, same thing.
I don't think that works on people.
It doesn't. People are creatures.
Listen,
Yeah, it
I
says
have
such as a
tried to
human.
make that argument before.
Isn't a human a creature? The
No,
spell can
it's a
locate a specific
humanoid.
creature known to you or such as so long as you have seen the creature. Right.
It technically it would because it says
Yeah, so it's
the
a person.
spell can locate specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, such as a human or a unicorn.
But I don't think it can
So
locate
long
specific
as
people,
you,
can it?
so long as you have seen the creature up close, within 30 feet at least once, if the creature you describe or name is in a different form, such as being under the effects of a polymorph spell, you can't locate the creature.
Oh, wait.
Well, DM's ruling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that it would be able to, just because it says human, and Valis is human, so it's a DC 14.
Yeah. So. My first time playing a wizard. Give me some slack. I don't know what I'm doing.
So you stop to cast a spell, and you get a little bit of a ping moving towards your left, headed back towards the center of town. But it's kind of on the edge of your uh, periphery, or like it's on the edge of where you can sense it.
We go that way. And the Trebeki will just start marching off that way.
Okay. So you're moving uh, towards the ping that you've gotten, and it's a little less crowded than it was when you walked into the carnival, but you're still having to weave in and out of people. So you're moving, and you can feel the ping. It's getting a little bit stronger at times, and then fading a little bit, and then it's stronger and fading because he's moving while you're having to move in a different direction.
Mm.
But you eventually do manage to keep moving, and eventually you do meet up with Cassius at this point. You're almost on the edge of uh, the fairgrounds and about to go back into the city, more not proper, but like where the factories and such are. So, what would you like to do as you meet up with Cassius?
What is Cassius doing right now?
Charging his phone.
He's he's probably walking, probably looking like he's about to leave, walking towards an exit or something of the fair.
Uh, from not far behind, you hear in a familiar voice, "Hey, you!"
His
You're
head kind of
finally
hangs a
awake.
little bit. You're finally awake.
You're finally awake.
He's old Flick
Trying to cross
Stormcloak.
the border, I see.
Uh, he kind of goes, his head drops a little bit, as you can see his body just like turns around. That sees two people he doesn't recognize, but sees a strangely small fellow and a woman who stands 5'6", but her hair is like an extra 2.5 feet tall.
Oh yeah, and
It takes him a second, and he just goes, "Yes, sorry, apologies. You sound like somebody I unfortunately met.
yes, Cassius, I know. I am the greatest person in your life. Now, have you found anything yet?
I
Have you
just
found
walk away. Just
Hey,
keep
come
walking.
back here.
Huh? What?
Did you find what's his face?
Yellow
Yellow crest.
crest,
Yes, yes.
yellow crest. Got away from me. I was following Ezra, but
Oh,
he. I don't think we may not be the only ones following him. I do not think he spotted me, but he spotted that somebody was following him. Was walking sort of this way. I'm suspecting they may be going to Yellow Crest's factory.
well,
Can I glance around? Would I know
yeah, me too.
the direction of like Yellow Crest Factory? Like is that in the general vicinity of where we are?
You are. It's especially seeing how Trebecula still has his uh, locate creature spell up. It's in a direction that you guys were headed anyway, so you'd have to go right by it.
I just kind of point at it. Well, if you're looking for Yellow Crest Factory, it's that one right there.
Well, yes, it says Yellow Crest, really big on the side. That's what I was going.
Yellow Crest Co.
He was clearly going a different way.
um,
Yes, that's the one I was going to.
can Trebecula look for any people that may be following Ezran? Do a little perception.
Sure, you can do a perception.
Hi, yeah. Oh, 11.
Nope, you don't
Looks pretty
see other
clear.
people. You just see people enjoying their day, uh, having fun, and yeah, you don't see anybody going in or anywhere. What would you
Uh,
like to do now?
I'm going toward that factory, baby.
Yeah, lead the way, Cassius.
Yeah, sure. I just walk over towards it.
Are you going stealthily, or are you just
I'm stealthing
nonchalantly
for
just?
sure. I'm stealthing for sure.
Oh yeah.
Eh,
Still.
all right, let's get a group stealth check then.
It's a nat 20 for a 31.
Nice.
Do, 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 do.
Incoming that one.
No. Where's my stealth button? Oh no.
Well,
Well, with the nat 20, that's two successes right there. So you've you guys are very stealthily approaching the building. You don't see anybody looking out any windows, observing you. Most people in the carnival here, they're just uh, not paying you any mind. They see you, and then by the time they walk past you, you're already out of their mind. You
okay.
get up to the building, and you find the doors are unlocked. Do you go in?
Well, this is quite suspicious. I could go to the top of the building and maybe see if I could look inside, if they have any skylights, any windows up top. I don't know if anybody else has a different idea.
I mean, the door is open and it's the middle of the day. We should just go in.
Um,
Uh, I don't. Uh,
you don't know who
I,
I am.
I
Nicholas gonna
I don't know
grab
how
a
that.
tangent.
I don't know how that works. Just walking into a factory, is that allowed? Is that a thing?
It's a factory. There are workers, right? They gotta walk in.
Just put on the hard hat and they
I
won't know
don't
the
know.
difference. The corporate man is blind to your average worker.
Just say we're
I just
here
kind of
to talk about employment or something.
shrugs his shoulder and goes, eh? Just walks in.
You open the door and you see that this place is deserted for the day. Most people have been given off to go enjoy the carnival, but there's all sorts of machineries here. There's looms with various different colors of fabric being in the process, various stages of processing of being made. There's places where there's dye so that they can uh, change the colors of the material being uh, after it's been built. And you see like a kind of a production area where everything is just kind of finally put together and sewn together and packaged. At this point, you don't see or really hear anybody else, and it's kind of dark in here at this point because the lights have
Mhm.
been turned off since everybody's been told that they can go enjoy the day.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
I just kind of look back at the other two. Well, but what are we doing?
So you for
You know,
sure saw he went in here.
heading this general direction. There's not really anything else I suspected.
Uh, Marigold just kind of like rolls her eyes and like puts her hand to the side of her mouth, like cupping the side of her mouth. Valis, your manservant told us you were here today.
Yeah, that works
Hmm.
too.
Rebecca puts on a construction worker hat, pretends to be doing something.
Mm, you don't hear anything. You all really hear is your voice echoing throughout the building.
I mean, he could not be here.
That is also very true.
Or they could be hiding, and we should burn down the door and bust in. We'll have guns blazing.
But
You
we're already inside.
Oh,
you
I
do get the
forgot.
sense, Trebecula, that Valis is within 1,000 feet of you, and you do get the sense that he is in this building, and he is downwards.
He's below us. Both of them. I believe both of them.
Oh, so he is here. All right. Well, let's
Um,
let's find a
can,
staircase.
Is he?
can we? Yeah, let's
Uh,
sneak. I suspect a little um unlawful dealing may be going on down below.
hmm,
You don't know
okay.
that. He could just be checking on the machines.
During a holiday, when everyone's off of work, just him and Eslin, two dignitaries, alone in the basement, having a bad empty factory.
As a business owner myself, Mr. Trebecula, business does not stop on holidays.
Hmm, that might be suspicious.
Well, there
Everyone
is
goes
one
on
way
holiday.
for us. There's one way for us to find out, and I
Hey,
just
wait.
kind of pull out my sword.
Dracula pulls out his newfound gun. Let's go.
uh, yeah, and we'll start looking for like a staircase down or like an elevator or something.
Yeah.
Uh, whoever wants to roll a perception check can.
I have a +4 in perception, so
I suck at perception. So can I aid?
Me too. I suck at
Sh-
it as well.
Sure, if Marigold wants to roll advantage.
okay. 19 and a 22.
So it takes you the better part of 10 minutes, but you do not find any staircases. And with the aid of Trebecula's locate creature, you do eventually come to, in the corner of the room, a hidden staircase that leads down. And it gets, when you open the door, it you get a smell of old earth, damp earth, and a stairway that's it's encased and carved out of stone. And you can't tell how old it is, but it looks like it's been here for a while. And it just hit with the smell, and it's just pitch black down there. And do you guys proceed down?
Heck yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna stealth down there for sure.
All
If this
right.
was Ema, he'd be making police siren noises with his mouth. But since this is not Ema, yeah, I miss playing as Ema. I don't know. But yeah, um, he will. Let's see. Can anything I do help us? Is there any like light fixtures or like unlit candles or something?
Uh, uh, do halflings have dark vision? I don't believe they do.
I do.
You.
I think Cassius is the only one who has dark vision.
Somebody hold my
Thanks.
hand.
It's you can search around before you head down and grab can a lantern.
I mean,
It'll be easy enough to find.
if there's already like light fixtures and like unlit lamps like lining the hall or whatever, I
Nope,
can
no,
prestidigitation them on.
nope, not down here.
Who built
So
this
you
place?
start
I'm
making
gonna
your
be
way
moving.
down.
I'm gonna move my down slowly and quietly and have kind of a chain of holding my shoulder or something like that. You know.
You can certainly do that. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Yeah, Dracula doesn't
Okey-doke.
want to have the light because people see. Well, he'll
And
just cling on to
You
somebody.
see, dirty
is you
20.
okay? Is your sword out, Cassius?
It
Because I
is, but I
believe
don't
that.
have it. Uh,
I'm,
you know what? I
okay.
won't have it out yet then, so it
Okay.
doesn't glow.
Okay. So you will see as you guys stand at the top of the stairway, you'll see Cassius descend into the darkness. And that's where we will end tonight's session.
Dun dun
Woo.
dun.
Uh,
Can you guys
Oh
see
my God,
anything
we're
on that
running.
map? Or is it just black again?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see like the
No, we can
staircase
see.
down and like a
Yeah.
little
Okay.
bit of the hallway. So
yeah, looking good.
Oh, the lighting thing that you're
I
working on is working now.
I
That's
did get
amazing.
it. I
look at
think
you getting all fancy.
Nice.
what I
I
didn't
shall
do
probably,
last time was give
shall
you
probably
guys
learn how to do that.
control. That might have been it. That's why it might not
I
have
don't know.
worked last time of your tokens.
I
That
shall
might have
learn how
been.
to do that.
All right, y'all.
Oh
Well, I'll go
man.
ahead and stop the stream there then.
Will be.